Hello, it's Simone Cotalara from Frankfurt, Germany, and I warmly welcome you to a new episode of Inspire Tomorrow, for and about people who take pride in shaping our future. I am so honored today. We do have in Frankfurt Swami Jyothirmayah, and I warmly welcome you.
It's a great pleasure. Thank you, Simona.
Swami Jyothirmayah, let's start with your name, because I already had a learning today. Please explain us, what does Swami Jyothirmayah mean?
It's a Swami, it's a title, it's a Vedic tradition. Swami is a tradition. Swami means one who is readily available for the social service projects. One who is ready to serve for the people and take care of the nature. That is the Swami. My name is Jyothirmayah. Jyothirmayah means full of light.
Which I can fully agree upon, having you sitting right next to me. It's full of light and full of pleasure.
Because you're just a reflection of yours.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Swami Jyothirmayah, you are the International Director of the non-governmental organization Art of Living Foundation, which was founded in Bangalore in 1981.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about this beautiful organization.
The founder is His Holiness Sri Ravi Shankar, most respected humanitarian and the spiritual teacher in this time. He's contributed and transformed millions of people around the world. And the Art of Living organization, the motto, the mission of this organization, stress-free, violence-free society, and bring more smiling to people's life. That's
Fantastic. So what exactly do you do?
Myself, I'm traveling and teaching meditations, and we have a program called Art of Living Happiness program. So we teach very powerful and profound breathing technique called Sudarshan Kriya. So all over the world, I travel and teach this unique breathing technique.
Okay.
At the same time, myself involved in many service projects. We are taking care Art of Living organization, more than 55,000 children's education, not only education, the entire thing there, other needs also we are taking care. Not only teaching, we are care and share.
Okay, so this means that you give housing and schooling to these children, or you give education to kids who have housing and schooling?
It's in the both ways. Some of them we are hosting, and most of the children, their first generation, they're coming to the school. Their ancestors, their parents, they were not fortunate to go to the schools and learn. So we are bringing children from the villages and teaching them. Even in the slums, especially in Bombay, we have many poor areas. It's not yet reached the modernism there. So we are helping them with their education and health.
Yeah, so you're really shaping the future. Yeah, you're really helping kids to grow up in a different environment than they might have had without the Arts of Living Foundation, right?
Yeah, that's right. Many good souls, many good people around the world. We are working for one world family. This organization, it's in more than 155 countries now, and we closely work with United Nations, World Health Organization, and the founder, Sri Ravi Shankar ji, addressed European parliaments a couple of times. Yeah, it's a various activities in this organization, service projects in one way. In myself, I go to conduct program for the prisons. In the prison, 60% of the prisoners, or even I would say 70% of the prisoners, they are not really criminals. Because they couldn't control their emotion in the particular moment. The storms of emotions take over. Then they did some mistakes. They hit somebody. They did some mistake. Now they have to pay for that for 15 years, 20 years in the prison. And Sri always says there is a victim crying for help. So we go to that places, helping them with the meditation. And such a change in their life. And they always says, why you people didn't come to us earlier? Because if I would come to this knowledge, I wouldn't be here. Because that moment, I was totally blind. This is happening in our life also. Sometimes we get angry, we become blind. and we use harsh words. It's hurting other people, at the same time you are losing your health. So through these Art of Living various projects, we are helping people. Even in Denmark, we are running a center, rehabilitation center for drug addicts. Thousands of alcoholic or some other drugs those who are using, they all got benefited. They stopped and they started their real life because they're searching for a joy. Everyone wants to be joy, but some people, they take wrong steps. Because neither at school or nor at home, nobody taught us how to handle our own emotions.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, usually, for me, the question always is to be in one stable momentum of, one's own psychology, so to say, and to really be relaxed with their own life and then to develop from there. Yeah, and most of the time, probably people you meet, they are still struggling from some things they did in the past, especially when you go to the prisons. Yeah. They just have to find a new level of finding a certain satisfaction, a certain silence in themselves before they can start to develop from there. Is it like this?
Yeah, because most of our impurities, toxins, stress, everybody wants to get rid of our stress. The best way to take the help from the breathing, because through the breath, most of our stress gets released. If we are not breathing correctly, most of us are not breathing correctly. We are not using our lung capacity. The recent study is showing like we are using only 35 to 40% of our lung capacity. So if you are not getting proper oxygen, the prana, you lack the enthusiasm, and that leads you to kind of anarchism and leads you to depression.
So that's the kind of breathing you teach in the seminars, for example.
Yes,
yeah.
Yes.
So it's not only about yoga and meditation, but it's really also about this breathing technique where you say to use the full potential of the lung and to really, by this, come in a completely different state of body and mind.
Yeah, it's once you start breathing correctly, your immune system become very strong and cortisol's levels goes down. So mind become more peaceful and equanimity, kind of evenness. In that level, we really start living in our life. Otherwise, this chattering mind, we just exist. We are not really living. How long you are living, that doesn't matter. How you are living in this moment, that's make a difference in our life. For that, we need energy.
I'm interested to hear how you grew up. Was this always already a topic in your life? I mean, were you raised like this? With the awareness about body, mind and spirit, let's put it this way?
Not really. I would say, honestly, I say I just opposite of all these practices. Because I was followed with the ideology, communism, Marxist ideology. So I'm not the person with this kind of people sitting and meditating. Always I thought these people are wasting their time, useless for the society. We have to work and, But at the same time, deep in my heart, I want to do something for others. That's my grandma told me always. You just don't live for yourself. Think about the people and you feel you more grateful. Because my God's grace, my Guru's grace, I brought up in a abundance in all aspects, full of love around me, material comfort. But she said, do not think about you. You go and help people.
Fantastic. So she was a role model? Would she do things where you would say,
they helped me a lot in the childhood. But really, the real life begins once I met my own master, my own Guru. Like one who's already knows something about the universe. That's Sri Ravi Shankar. The nature brought me to him, and he's so wonderful, very wise. At the same time, big heart to help people around the world. Instead of caught up in the one religion, one nationality, one language, he always says, we have a bigger family all over the world. They are all part of us. Yeah.
That's also the idea of spiritual people, to say we're all connected, right? We are all one. Yeah. We are one big family, isn't it?
everybody is spiritual. Spirituality means uplift your spirit. Get rid of all this doubtfulness, fear, anger, and caring and sharing. That is spirituality.
That's spirituality. That's interesting.
And exactly which I practiced before, because Marxism also teaching the same, care and share, socialism. This is exactly spirituality also doing. So in spirituality there is no conflict, because spirituality and science goes always hand in hand.
Can you explain a little more there your opinion about science and spirituality? I find this very interesting because in the Western world, usually, we would say somebody who's spiritual is still a little bit, sometimes, interesting what he does, or what she does. So people still kind of look at it sometimes and say, oh, whatever he's doing, go for it. And it's most of the time far away from science. So I find it very interesting to hear from you, spirituality and science, you see actually closely interlinked?
Yeah, you are correctly said. Actually, in eastern side, especially in India, throughout the history, religion, spirituality and science always goes with the hand in hand. There is no conflict. In India, throughout the history, you take never any scientist killed by politicians or the government. They always work together. Because the Vedas always respect the science. If you are a meditator, if you want to become a spiritual person, you don't need to believe in any god. You don't need to change your beliefs. Even you can be an atheist, but you can be a spiritual. The Veda says you don't need to be a religious or spiritual person. You just be with yourself. That is spirituality. It's more inclusive, not exclusive. Yeah.
So, in comparison, religion, how do you see this then? Is like to have these different religions, is this something, because it already starts to separate again, right?
No,
because some people would say one religion is better than the other one. Yeah, one could discuss this, but that's what some people say.
Unfortunately, in this world, this conflict is happening. My religion is better than your religion. My God is the only God. This is a lack of education. I would suggest you, we have to educate from the school level. All the children has to learn little bit of different religious texts, little bit of Christianity, Hinduism, Buddhism, all the religion. Then what happens? All the religious values are the same. So and celebrate the diversity instead of fighting each other. Sri says, it's like a banana. It's like a religion is a banana. Now people are fighting for the banana skin. The real banana inside, that's a spirituality, that's a knowledge, that's a wisdom. But unfortunately, people are just fighting for the science and simples. We have to come out of that.
How do you think we can do this? What's the solution to get out of this big conflict of having religions who say my religion is better than your religion, which still happens, and this is also why we have many wars, obviously, on this word?
Education, education, and education.
Education. So these three.
That's the only way. No other way.
So if you would get to choose, what do you believe? I mean, it's very interesting. I mean, Art of Living Foundation does a lot for people's mental health, well-being, happiness, and looking into the future, now looking with all this digitalization, artificial intelligence, and so on. Yeah, I personally believe we do need more emotion to be able to handle all these new topics which are now coming up in our world. What do you believe we as a mankind need to do in order to face all these new challenges we have?
Humanity evolved with the challenges. This happened. It will happen. We cannot avoid the challenges from our life. It's too idealistic. People I want to be always happy. It's not close to the reality. You cannot be always happy, because you look at the creation. All opposites. Now just winter finished. Now it's a springtime. And autumn comes. Then summer comes. So there is a difference in the universe. That's the same way in our life also. We cannot be think always I want to be peaceful and no challenges. If there is no challenge, then there is no interest in life is take you to lethargy, laziness. The one sign of youthfulness is how much you are ready to take challenges in your life.
Interesting.
Instead of running away from the challenges.
Okay, I really like your answer because it says basically there will always be challenges. Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah. Now it's the challenge of new things like digitalization, artificial intelligence, and so on. And you say, stay calm.
And
it's a rhythm.
And take good part of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you tell people who have fears?
Lack of love.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
If there is a love, there is no fear.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Love yourself, respect your life, and more gratefulness. Instead of thinking, I don't have that, other people they have, why this happened to me, how this happened to me. Do not find a reason to be happy or why this happened to me. Instead of that, just be in that moment, okay, this has happened to me, this is also going to be useful in my life in the future. It's happening. You look at your life, you had a many challenging time, but all the challenges taught you something.
Mm-hmm. So how do you personally cope with challenges? Can you look at the challenge and just say, okay, I currently have a challenge and I will go through it somehow, I will deal with it somehow? Or is this something which imbalances you from time to time? Because it does for me, sometimes it does.
That moment is inevitable.
Mm-hmm.
Myself, I'm traveling all over the world. I travel with a 7 kilograms of bag. Even I don't have a check-in baggage. That's only I have that only one bag. Once I landed in one country, I kept my bag in the car. I was giving a talk in one of the venue. I came back, 10:30, 11 in the night, somebody stole on my bag.
Oh.
I don't have anything. I lost everything.
Oh.
That's what so all about I have and somebody stolen. So I didn't complain to anyone. If I start yelling at somebody or complain to someone, I can complain to the police. That's a different thing. If you're getting disturbed, that situation is not going to change. So even somebody stole, that day I lost my shoe also.
Oh yeah, what a day, what a day.
I kept my shoe also. What happened very next day, I was in the prison.
Mm-hmm.
I was teaching meditation and the breathing technique. After the session, it was a winter time actually. I was sitting in the prison. I don't want to mention that country name here. I was sitting in the prison. After the session, I told the prisoners, 60, 70 prisoners, I told them, last evening I lost everything.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I have to move, I have to travel. I don't have anything in this moment. And you are all so fortunate, you are all sitting with a good boot. Even I don't have that in this cold. In the cell, it was really cold. So I told them, they were all total silent. And I told them, now I need your help.
Okay.
How can you help me in this moment? In a few seconds, one tall guy with a full of tattoo, very big built guy, he came to me and he was looking at me, I was looking at him. Again he was looking at me. I don't know what is going to happen. He was like tall, well-built guy, huge person, and he came and he was just holding me like this.
Oh, neat.
And others also joined. Do you know what they said? Unfortunately, we don't have anything to offer you because we caught up here. But we are full of love to you. We love you. And I could see tears in their eyes. So people change us.
Mm-hmm.
Even in the difficult situation, if you are open heart, you are the achiever, you are not the loser. Mm-hmm. And anyway, everything going to lose one day.
One day we lose?
Everything will go. We came with an empty hand, we have to go with empty hands.
Yeah, true. You said so nicely, when we start to live, we breathe in.
And
when we
out.
finish to live, we breathe out.
Yeah.
That's true. And then it's gone for this life at least. Yeah, that's true.
In that time, how much you are joyful you are, how much you are helping other people. Mm-hmm. That's count.
Mm-hmm. So this is something I really can learn from you. Really always stay in the balance. That's what I learned. So whatever happens, breathe, right? That's what I understand.
Yeah,
go back into the
stay
moment.
focused, stay centered.
Yeah.
For that, we need some tangible tool. We can say you have to be in the present moment. How can we take our mind more into the present moment? For that, I would suggest this happiness program and meditation, yoga. This all helps. Yeah.
Fantastic. Well, the Arts of Living Foundation currently is, as you said, present around the planet.
Yeah.
So many members who are helping to talk the speech, as one says. You have to really do something.
Yeah.
You go into prisons, you go into areas of crisis. You go to people where there's really need. Yeah, and obviously also speak to organizations, to politicians, to whichever organizations. So what is your dream for the next years? If you would get to dream out of the moment of here and now, not making plans, but only feeling and dreaming, what would be the ideal situation, let's say, in 5 years for the Arts of Living?
My biggest dream, stop the wars, save the children.
Yeah.
In this moment, hundreds of innocent children, women, they're crying, they're dying without no reason. Even they don't know why they're dying. We are responsible. I can't say I'm sitting here, I'm not doing any harmful to them. No, I can feel the pain. So we have the goal as a human being. We have to make sure other people's also life more comfortable. That's what Art of Living doing. Long way to go. You are rightly said, we are in 155 countries, millions of people. We are doing n number of service projects in this world. But it's like just a drop in the ocean. We need your help.
We need everybody's help, right? I always say if everybody does a little something every day, we all have a big amount of help.
Yeah. Think about, once you start thinking only about yourself, that leads you to low energy. Once you start thinking, I can contribute, I can radiate the love, I can radiate the light around me. That's make you a strong personal character.
I fully agree. You know what? I hope so much that I could contribute to the Art of Living Foundation today with this beautiful conversation. Swami Jyothirmayah, it was a pleasure to have you here. I'm so thankful for your work, for all your contribution. As one says, we're always connected.
Yeah.
And I will do my part in order to support this beautiful work, in order to go into better, more peaceful, more quiet.
We need people like you, Simona, in this planet. Ethics in journalism and a kind of responsibility towards the society. So we'll work together.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Simona.
Thanks to you.
Thank you.
And also, obviously, also thanks to the team around us who made this day possible.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks to everybody, and thanks to you for watching Inspire Tomorrow. Today we're with Swami Jyothirmayah. It was a pleasure to have you here, and I'm so sure you also have a story to tell how you want to create and inspire tomorrow. And we're so happy to welcome you next time on Inspire Tomorrow.